Well, hello. So, this is gonna be the first day that I actually open up and just really show the raw form that I am right now. I just feel so compelled at the end of this year to start stepping into the me that I'm just not afraid to be. I'm not afraid to show it. I'm not afraid to reveal my life, my process anymore. And yeah, I'm just jumping off the ledge right now. So I am a Black American woman currently living in Sri Lanka. I've been traveling the world for about basically since I left LA in 2022. I was born in Chicago, but I was also raised in New Orleans, and I also I went to an art school in Toronto too when I was in high school. So I've just always been super open to worldly experiences. I've been traveling the world since I was a little girl with my grandparents because they were super involved in political affairs and civil rights activism. So my childhood looked like me basically sitting in an office with a bunch of multicultural people talking about world affairs, and I was just asking for access to the computer to play computer games. So this is what has kind of led me on this journey. Right now I have these stars that I'm running out of. I see that they do sell some things like this in Sri Lanka, but I've been breaking out because I'm on my period. So, and it also makes sense because of just when you're traveling and things and you start running out of that expensive, wonderful skincare that you have access to. Yeah, it gets ever so real because then the skin has to kind of adjust to, different products, I guess. But yeah, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to make, oh yeah, this is my kitchen. So I just got this place. Originally, I moved to Sri Lanka because I literally thought that, I met somebody that I wanted to spend a lot of my life with, and it only lasted for 2 months. So once I realized what it was giving, I got up out of there real quick. And yeah, I'm notorious for getting up out of somewhere that I feel is not where God wants me, for an extended period of time. So yeah, I guess that's just the way it is. So I'm about to make some lime water right now. My cramps were OD crazy last night. I feel like I woke up. No, I know I woke up in the middle of the night taking some deep breaths. And then I started connecting with the idea that, oh my goodness, if motherhood, pregnancy, is gonna be anything like this, the pain that you feel, woo, let me buckle up, because I definitely want children. I know I'm gonna have children, more than one. I know it. So in the meantime, I'm enjoying my singlehood and being on my own, which I really do love because my peace is my power, and it's my wealth. I'm just such a peaceful, loving, joyful person, and it's just important that it's been about 2 weeks that I've been single. 2.5 weeks now. I'm going on 3 now. But it was super, it wasn't I'm recovering from a long breakup, but I feel like when you are vibrating on this frequency and things, it's easy to attract different kind of energies, especially those who are also on their healing journeys too. So things can kind of happen rapidly, and just as quickly as it can sweep you off your feet is just as quickly as you can fall on your face. But this time I didn't fall on my face. I fell with my feet on the ground. On the ground, which is the growth. It's amazing. I'm really proud of myself, mostly for honoring the duration of something. When you know it's a wrap, it's a wrap, and you don't try to create illusions within your mind to make it look like something that it's not, So yes, I give myself the time period to just feel like right now I'm in a space of just fully reflecting on it, reflecting on everything. I mean, it's the end of the year. Like that's just what's gonna happen at the end of the year. You just take a huge inventory. Well, you can or you can't. But me, like I will. I am. And just taking an inventory of where we are right now. Why are we even in Sri Lanka? Okay, there's a plot twist. Something shifted. What evidence from my life right now? What information am I receiving from the ways that my life has unfolded to this very moment to see how I want to move forward? So a lot of that is spent in silence, journaling. At the ocean. I'm so grateful to be able to have an ocean that I have like it is nothing but like a 5-minute drive to get to. It's amazing. I really do enjoy it here, and I just keep on asking like, why am I in Sri Lanka right now? Why am I here? Because I was just living in Bali, and I left Bali because I met someone, and I was like, oh my gosh, like let's try it out. Something told me like, girl, tread lightly, like take it slow. But I think it was really Sri Lanka just calling me that made me more curious. I was mostly curious about Sri Lanka, and I'll say that like not to hurt nobody's feelings or nothing, but I felt like no matter what would happen, at least I know that I'm coming to a new country, and I get to explore something new, which I love because I already knew Bali. I had lived in Bali before, so it was just like, what's to come with this. And I'm so happy I'm recording this right now because when you think about something, like when you think about doing something, you can see yourself doing it. Yeah. That's what it's been with, that's what it's been with this whole process. But like, you gotta get into the state of mind. You gotta get into the space. You can't be like in transition with something while you're trying to do something else, something new, like you kind of have to be a little bit more balanced and more clear and grounded and in your own energy to be able to show up in this kind of way, which is authentic. You feel me? So cheers. I love starting my day with lemon. Well, no, this is lime water. I love starting my day with lime water. I've been doing it since the breakup. And it's just been so nice to just get back to my routines. Like, it's been so nice to just like think of, like, I love giving and things like that, but when I feel like I'm in a space where it's not being fully appreciated or reciprocated, it's like, okay, no, I'm taking it back. Because I really love to be in spaces where I'm valued and where all of my efforts are seen as like, wow, like just I love to give with a grateful heart, and I love to receive from grateful hearts as well. Because if you know, you know what I'm saying? It's not something I have to really even explain, So I think in this act of stepping back into coming back to myself, like I feel like this relationship really showed me that my love is just so amazing. Like the uniqueness and the qualities within myself are just so just priceless. And I'm just able to see that before I got into the relationship, I was like not having any kind of engagements or anything with anybody for about almost 2 years. So then this was like my first time to just kind of like see like, oh wait, where is this going? Like, oh, I'm kind of feeling, infatuated, and I'm feeling these things again. And I gave myself permission to explore. And then once I got to see like who and what, the information, I was like, okay, this isn't really what I want. And so, I let it go. And so now just in that space of me coming back to myself, I'm like, ooh, girl, you was really that. Like, oh, you don't even need a man. Like, you thought that like, this whole time you've been out here like, oh, it would be so nice to experience like a soulmate. It would be so nice to experience like the love of my life. And I'm just like, no, the love of my life is myself. Like, I really enjoy myself. I really enjoy being in love with myself. And I love romanticizing my life and doing nice things for myself. And whenever it comes to the point in time to where somebody else can't match that, then like, Yes, let's go on the journey, but I'm not here to like put somebody else's weight on my back. I'm not here to carry two frequencies. I'm not here to do any kind of emotional labor for anybody else. I just refuse to do that. And so now that I'm back in my own space, which my nervous system has just kind of been like unraveling and just like, whoa, just seeing the state of shock that I've been in, because it's like, yeah, it can be slightly shocking when you get into a situation that you think is what you want, and then you realize, oh, dang, like, this ain't what I want. But then you find gratitude in, like, you know, how quickly you course corrected, you know. And the beautiful thing about this moment right now is that I'm not where I don't want to be. I'm exactly where I want to be, which is amazing. And I'm really content with the decisions and the choices that I'm making right now. So enough of, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this water that I'm so grateful for, just like coming back to taking care of my body, being back in the frequency of self-care, self-love, presence, and power, and peace, and abundance of just these resources that keep me aligned. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, I love you, I love you. When I drink this, I feel like my mind, it says like, I'm drinking love and light, I'm drinking love and light. Like as I'm drinking it, I'm just like, I'm drinking love and light, I'm drinking love and light. And then it really feels like I'm drinking love and light. Good morning. Good morning, my sweet, 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 sweet girl. You're just a sweet girl. You're just a sweet, 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 sweet soul, my love. And I'm just so proud of you. Oh. I think it's now time we can take this off. Yeah. Still in there, but it's okay. All right, so yeah, I'm really grateful for yesterday they installed this fan because there's no central air here. And I'm just overall grateful for this home. It's like a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom home. And yeah, I'm just really grateful for it. I can't explain how grateful I am for it. There's been some things that we've been trying to figure out with like the landlords and everything, just trying to get the house back because I don't know how long it was vacant. So there were just some things that needed attention, and it's still in the works and things. And like the thing about living in Sri Lanka, like the pace here is a lot more slow. So yeah, people, you know, when it comes to like you saying a certain time that you want something to happen or whatever, it usually never happens at that time. And so you just kind of got to be flexible. And especially with us being like Westerners and things, we love to have things on specific time periods. Like when we say this is the time that we're gonna be there, this is the time that we are available. And with, you know, the culture here is a little bit more, and that's most islands, like nobody's really focused on being on time for anything. And so sometimes I have to check myself when I'm wanting things to be organized, wanting things to be boom, 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 boom. I have to like leave room for there to be some flexibility. And usually it always ends up working out, because if someone's late to fixing something or showing up, it gives me more time to just like integrate from one segment to the next. So, and I would say these bars and things, that's like the style here in Sri Lanka. Unless you want to spend bands to get install your own windows. And then that's like my laundry and stuff too. These are the couches. I'm not even mad at this pattern. I mean, in a way it can, you know, look a little tacky. but I don't see it as that way. It just reminds me of, I don't know, I kind of like to embrace the culture. If that's like how they come in, then like I like to embrace that. Okay, guys, so we're about to go outside, and I'm really excited to go outside because coming outside is just my favorite part of the day. That makes me be like, I love living here. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful, you guys. You ready? You ready? You ready? You ready? And I got this cute hammock that I put this little pillow in, because hammocks, like, there's a space under your legs where it's like a gap and it feels like it's over extending too much. So yeah, check it out. Yeah, this is my space, guys. This is the garden. Let's start from over here. And let me close my door. Okay. My little bell. All right. This is my motorcycle. I love this motorcycle so much. It makes me feel like the baddest girl on the road. Like, it goes so fast. I love it so much. Before I was doing the scooter vibes. And the scooter is cool. Like, I'm not mad at the scooter. The scooter is cute, but it was time to graduate because this just fits my personality a little bit more. But we just don't have any storage when we're like going shopping for groceries and stuff. But yeah, this is my laundry, the laundry line that I had them put up, because first they just gave me this little rack and that wasn't enough. So they gave me 2 lines. And they're so helpful too. Like, anything I need, they are always available. This is like a little water stream in the back, which I'm really grateful for. All kind of creatures come out and visit me. And some of them even climb on my roof. And then there's like, you know, palm trees with coconuts, which is so amazing. I wish I could cut those down. But there's a lot of monkeys that come in and they pick up my compost, which is really cool. And then this is like, you know, some little water spout outside, which I'm grateful for, because whenever the water goes out, I still have access to some kind of water, which I experienced last week. And you don't want to go, you know, you don't want to be without water completely. You want to have access to some kind of water. Oh, let me turn off my lights. This is so fun. I'm actually really enjoying recording myself again, because I feel like, you know, when you sit on so much like old content and you say, oh, okay, I'm going to get this together and I'm going to share this. It just feels like, okay, that was from a lifetime ago. What about everything that's happening right now? There's still cool things happening right now. So maybe we should just move on and just capture where we are right now. More plants, more plants. I really like my neighbors. The woman next to me, she's like a grandmother supporting her daughter and her daughter. So it's like all women next door, and they're so beautiful. Every time they see me, they're always smiling. The kids, there's like little kids, they'll play like hide and go seek, and some of them will like hide behind the gate, which I love. Okay, this is like another walkway. The space here is super big. Like, if some of you don't know, sometimes I hold space through sound healing and breath work and doing retreats and plant medicine. And I was thinking, like, when I saw this house, like, this would be the perfect space to potentially hold some space and have people come through. But I'm still obviously like shedding, you know, and right now is not the time to be, you know, having a whole lot of people over. I don't feel that call right now. I'm just kind of in my cocoon phase. But if it so happens to where I feel super inspired to like begin that kind of vibe and like have this back shala vibe as a space for me to, you know, share the love, share the medicine, then we'll open it. But okay, so then like they said, people that have lived here before or something, they would be like working out. I was like, were they gymnasts? Because that's so high. Yeah, I don't really use it. it would be nice too, but I don't know. Then this like cute little swing back here, which I'm grateful for. It's a little like, yeah. But yeah, sometimes I sit on it and I swing like a little girl. And then, yeah, back here, it gets really earthy. Oh, shoot. You see what I'm saying? Like spider webs and stuff. But yeah, this is just where I keep my suitcase. Like, they would have to do some things with this to spruce it up. Yeah. It has potential, but I definitely feel like I would have to decide if I truly... Well, the great thing is that there's a bathroom here. There's another bathroom, so nobody would have to be in my house, which is good. And then there's also... Well, you could put your shoes there. There's also this kitchen, another kitchen. But yeah, it could all use some love, you feel me? It could all definitely use some love, so... That's not something that I feel like I need to be deciding on right now, because I feel like you would definitely want to invest on renovating as well and like sprucing it up to give it the love it needs to even invite people over kind of vibe. So that's just not even a task that I'm looking to put on my plate right now. But I guess right now we can get into the hammock and talk a little more. I really enjoy the hammock. The hammock is, yeah. I stopped saying that I was from America. I started saying I'm from Africa, because the look that you get when you say you're from America, it's like they start to feel bad for you, you know? They're like, damn, you from America? Oh, like the reaction you get is just kind of like, you know, they don't, and even saying it, I don't say it with pride, like, I'm from America. I say it like I already know what they're about to come with, you know. So I like to say I'm from Africa, because I am. I'm an African-American woman. I am partially from Africa, and that feels way better. I have more pride and more love saying I'm from Africa, because not everybody can say that, so... but then it's also like, please, Africans, don't come for me and say, don't be claiming us. But it's like, what do you mean? I know y'all think I'm a white woman when I'm there, but I'm not a white woman. I'm a black woman. Okay, but yeah, guys. So I don't know how often we're gonna be doing this. You know, I don't want to really like, yeah. I don't want to put too much on my plate right now, for real. I just want to take it easy and just stay in flow, and whatever feels right, then I'll share that. But even this, I can feel myself being like, am I gonna share this? Should I share this? I'm in a space of like not really wanting to share my business like that, and not really wanting to like, you know, share every part of myself and like my process and like what I'm going through, especially when I feel tender, like I'm still kind of like going through it, you know. But I think it's also beautiful to have connection in this way, and I think it's also beautiful to go on this human journey, like as it's unfolding together, walking on this path together, you know, like showing step by step, gradually unveiling, you know, your life. And we just live in such a different time right now, where right now it's like we can control the narrative of how we are perceived by telling our own stories, by showing up as we are. And it's like, before it was like tabloids doing that, and like, you know, I feel like there was so much hysteria and so much like speculation and like fear around being your true self, because people had so much power to be able to manipulate that. And now it's just like we don't live in that, you know, that time anymore. And so now this is just like me utilizing the opportunity of living at a time like now to show my humanness as it's happening. And not me getting emotional. Yeah, because sometimes it can be really isolating and like, you know, tough being human, especially when you don't have connection, especially when you feel like you are somebody who is carving out a new path that has never been done before, or like you just never seen somebody look like you do it. And yeah, you feel like you don't even want to get into, I don't know. You feel like you don't want to just give the wrong, what is the wrong, you know? Like, you just don't want to give the wrong impression, or you just don't want to look like you don't have your shit together, you know? And this is just me being honest. Like, I just don't care about looking like I have it all figured out anymore. I don't. I put so much inner work and investment and my camera's not great, Lord. Into just finding myself again. And I just want to try new things. And I remember like how it is to overthink and delay, you know, sharing the art, sharing your heart. And yeah, I just don't want to do that. If I feel like I want to pick up a camera and share my morning, I'm going to do that. If I feel like I want to share my journey in the world that I'm seeing, I want to do that when I want to do it. And yeah, right now I'm ready to go make some tea. So let's go do that. So I don't really feel the call to do a house tour or anything right now. Just because, yeah, it's where I live, it's where I live. So it's not something that I feel like I want to expose, like where I sleep and all of that, like where I piss and stuff like that. So these are the public areas, the kitchen, and then you guys saw the living room and the outside. Now I'm just making my tea. There's an Ayurvedic, they're really into, I feel like this word, I never say it right, Ayurveda. It's like holistic healing, and it's fundamentally based on use of herbs and different elements from the earth to, you know, be a healthy being. So there's different stores, and there's also a bunch of resorts and things here where they have these processes and these specialists that specialize in those types of treatments. So you have anything from like acupuncture and like blood purification, like sweating, detox, that kind of vibe. So they have a lot of that out here. I tried one, but I didn't necessarily resonate fully with the doctor that was referred to me. So anytime that happens, and I'm very like cautious on who I let do any kind of work on me, acupuncture, all the things, massaging, and as you should be, because everything is an exchange of energy. So yeah, I haven't yet found the place that I feel like, ooh, I want to do it there. But hey, you never know. I might come up on something or somebody. But I did find a masseuse, okay? This masseuse was hitting. It was like a sports massage with gua sha and cupping. Oh my goodness. It was only for an hour. And when I'm telling you, like, he hit a place where I didn't even know I was having some resistance. Oh my God, baby. When he touched that place, I was like on my left, like this side. And I was like, whoa. Yeah, emotions definitely came up with that one. And so I'm doing this like little multivitamin vibe too. I cannot tell y'all how happy I am to be taking care of myself. I feel like when you are in an environment that is stressful, or you just don't really feel like yourself, and your nervous system is speaking to you, and your body is just giving you feedback on where you are and like how you've been waking up, and it's affecting your sleep, and you're just kind of in this state of stress and overthinking and just constant alertness because the body doesn't feel safe. I'm just so grateful when I know like I'm in good care and connected with myself. Is usually when I have a calm nervous system and my body can just like release. So everything that I've been feeling is just like residue from, just releasing that environment. And yeah. Now it's about coming back to what I know works for me. And if I've learned anything, is that taking care of myself is never a waste of time. And I've also realized that, it's not about jumping from one thing to the next. It's about relieving yourself from any brain fog, that you're experiencing, and noticing, what moments take you out of the present moment, and just observing, just being aware of when, like what program you're on right now. And so I've been noticing the program that has tried to come back in like a serpent. And I've just been present with the process of releasing and opening up to a completely new version of myself, because even the version of me that opened up to connecting again was a different version than the version that I am now, because I have new information. And so I'm just allowing myself to open up like a flower again. And everything is about either you're contracting or you're opening. And c'est la vie, baby. That's all I can say. C'est la vie. What does that even mean? It just felt right to say. So I realized there's no incense burning either. It would be a good time for me to burn some. Whoa. Y'all, I really felt like I was getting thick out here too, because I've been eating rice and curry so much. And always having rice and curry, I feel like you're bound to see some form of thickness arising from your form. So eventually, once I get off my cycle, there's gonna be the possibility of getting back into some physical exercising. I know it. I'm actually like so ready for it. But I really love like when my period, I was like looking up like when your period comes after a breakup. It's like when you're really able to fully release that person, because your body goes through a whole new cycle. So I'm just really happy that my period is here and detoxing any energy that is not mine. And yes, so now I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna post this at all, honey, because it's really giving like tea, and it's about me. So, but I have been wanting to make one of those videos where just sharing gems. I've also been detoxing from caffeine too, which is really good. I'm so happy. Like no matcha, no chai, no coffee. Oh, so happy about this. Okay. No, I think I shall go. Yeah. I'm gonna start my day, and then yeah, I'm gonna sit with this and see if I want to put it out. And if I put this out, wow, brave woman, brave woman. Because I didn't even share that much. I've been in one location this whole time. Not much has been shared, but whatever. Don't think. Just be.